I hate getting on camera because then I have to look at my face. It's like my face is the only thing to look at, and it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Before XXXtentacion would blow up on SoundCloud with tracks I Wonder If Bloods Watch Blue's Clues, Look at Me, Kill Me, and A Helping Hand Not a Song, amongst many others. You are not having deja vu, I'm sorry, but I had to re-upload this video. YouTube decided to age restrict it, and there were a bunch of people who just couldn't watch it. So, here we go again. I hope you enjoy it. We had to clean it up a bit. I guess it was the porn stuff. Anyway, enjoy the video. Before X would be sent to prison not once but twice, and despite the ugly charges would still grow his fan base exponentially.
My life is real. I don't want to say my life is great because my life is not great. I have qualities about myself that I would like to change. I still am normal.
Before XXXtentacion would team up with Denzel Curry and get a shout out from ASAP Rocky as the hardest working rapper in Florida.
My nigga XXX, I can't wait till you come home. Fuck is you talking about?
Before you guys would clog up my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube with comments demanding this video be made. Now there's a lot of mystery about the Florida rapper whose artist name sounds a whole lot like a porn website, but that's exactly what he was going for. I'll explain that a little later in the video. I'm just a little worried I might say it wrong, so let's hear him say it.
XXXtentacion.
There's huge hype surrounding X, who's been producing music with nothing but a mic and a laptop. He dropped his first track before he was sent to prison back in 2014, where he nearly murdered his cellmate because that dude, well, he had his eyes on X. Like, in the shower. X has nothing against those of different sexual orientations, but the notorious scrapper has a quick temper. He also got a serious rap sheet including armed robbery, armed burglary, possession of a firearm, armed robbery with dwelling, possession of drugs, and that's not even the reason why he's been locked up again at the time of this recording. Kid's badass.
I can't even handle this shit. What the water?
What's going on, guys? My name is Michael McCretton, documenting the life and career of XXXtentacion prior to fame, here for you on Before They're Famous. Now, you guys requested this video in excess, hitting us up in the comments thousands and thousands of times. You also inboxed me on Facebook, you DM'd me on Instagram, and there was a whole lot of tweets. I appreciate you guys reaching out. Make sure you hit that like button and let me know in the comments down below who you want me to document next.
Oh, it's a beat. Oh, back up. Oh, yeah, oh, that's my cue. No, don't hit that nigga, don't hit that nigga.
We was finna jump that nigga.
He chilling.
XXXtentacion was born Jasse Onfroy on January 23rd, 1998 in Plantation Hospital in Florida. He grew up in the Pompano and North Lauderdale area just north of Miami, but then got in trouble at school and was kicked out by his mother, where he moved to Lauderhill, living with his grandma and for some time his aunt. Now let's not get too ahead of ourselves and let's talk more about his early years. His dad wasn't around because he was locked up, and his mother was in little shape to take care of her boy. Not only would she mentally abuse him, she would pass him around to others who could raise him properly. Despite her bad parenting, when she was nice, she was lovely and would compliment him on his looks and dress him up in Abercrombie & Fitch. He loved his mother to bits, he still does, and he always wanted her attention. A man she was dating put her hands on his mother when he was 6 or 7, so X attacked the man by biting him while holding a shard of glass.
What's under my eye? It's numb. It says numb. Because I was going through a time in my life where I felt like I couldn't feel shit.
He's been fighting since he was a kid, a serious scrapper. When he was real young, it didn't matter if it was a guy or a girl. He was dark and twisted for the most part and kept to himself. If anyone pushed his buttons, he'd act out. It was at Margaret Middle School that he got in such a crazy brawl that he was kicked out of school, and then his mom kicked him out the house. So he had to move to Lauderhill to live with grandma. Around this time, he had little focus or plans for the future, but did love music. X would not only listen to the most popular rappers like Lil Wayne, Tupac, Biggie, but he'd also listen to The Fray, 3 Days Grace, and Papa Roach. Taking note of his interest in music, his aunt put him in singing classes, and he spent some time learning the guitar and piano. He also took karate class and is a big fan of the UFC. He must take some notes, because for a guy who's 5'6" and 120 pounds, the kid can certainly fight. Bullying would be a problem throughout his life, and he got kicked out of at least one other school. It must have been too much for grandma to handle, because at one point he was put in a behavioral correctional center known as the Sharing House. He also spent 9 months at a boot camp.
I'm pussy now. I gotta be pussy because I got money. So yeah, if you see me on the street, don't beat me up. I'm sorry about beating your ass.
His formative years were not all bad news. The kid was swimming in women, he was popular on Tumblr and Facebook, and had a lineup of girls that he could get with.
I thought it was cool. Like, I thought it was cool to like as fuck. Yeah, there's no other way to put it. Like,
outside of music, chicks, and fighting, he did have one other hobby: breaking into homes and robbing them. In his teens, he racked up a slew of charges, including armed robbery, armed burglary, possession of a firearm, resisting without violence, armed robbery with dwelling, possession of oxycodone. The list goes on and on. His life was rough and tough, with guys doing drive-bys and him taking a bullet in his shoulder. He started to realize that he had no direction or plans for the future, and the option for music became the only consistent interest he had throughout his life. He dropped his first song, Vice City, in March of 2014 before he went to prison. At that time, he had a big following on Tumblr and Facebook, but that would fall off when he was locked away. The upside was, while in prison, he found a best friend in Ski Mask, the Slump God.
I met him in fucking jail.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
On the downside, X nearly murdered a man while inside. For some time, his cellmate was gay and he took a liking to X, never taking his eyes off him even when X had to shower. Now, X has stated that he has no problem with people of any sexual orientation, but when the man crossed the line, X snapped and attacked him, cracking his head open, and then he started strangling the man. The guards stepped in, and X is thankful that they did, because he swears he would have killed the man. His cellmate ended up in ER, and X was sent to the hole. Let's get back to him and Ski Mask. The two had a strong bond, and when X told him he had been making music, Ski Mask wanted in, so they began discussing their futures post-prison as rappers. When they got out, they were both focused, were working hard, and they dropped the track Fuck, which began to pick up a fan base for X once again. Distorted underground sound created with minimal equipment mixed with his diverse styles of music quickly began bringing in huge numbers for his SoundCloud account. Today, tracks like Skin, Teeth, Riot, Tummy Tuck, and I Love It When They Run all clock in millions of streams. You may be asking, what is with his name, XXXtentacion? Well, the dude has always been a big fan of porn, and has already filmed some of his own scenes. For real.
Fuck, or did you just...
Of course I
You did?
Of course
So
I
people can go watch you fuck?
Of course. I'm gonna have pornos out.
He looks at porn like it's art, and that's where the XXX comes from. As for Tentacion, well, that's Spanish for temptation. Tentacion. I don't know how to say it.
Asian porn is just amazing.
Literally. Absolutely.
His career was on the rise, but then he was arrested for domestic violence on October 8, 2016, and he was going back to jail with a bond set at $10,000. Now, I'm not entirely sure what happened, but reports online suggest that he had an altercation with his pregnant girlfriend. You gotta imagine that he must have been a little worried that his career would die out a second time, with him unable to make music. But the complete opposite thing happened. Word of his incarceration drew more attention to his music and his artistry. All of a sudden, hashtag FreeX would be used widely online, and the very few interviews that he had done, like the one with No Jumper, well, it would clock in millions of views.
I got this thing that I call a dagger dick. You can call me Young Dagger Dick if you mean.
Skinny at the end and really big.
Exactly. See my thing?
He had a court date set for January 19th, which many believed would be the time of his release, but the judge was a no-show and it got pushed back to April, which sucks, because this guy has a lot more to show the world, including his porn.
I post pics of my dick every now and then, like.
Do you seriously?
Yeah, no,
Yes,
bro.
he does, and
Ask
he
these
needs to
niggas.
stop,
Ask my
bro.
fans, bro.
As for the rest of the story, well, you know the story because this is Before They're Famous. My name is Michael McCredden, and we make a shit ton of bios here on this channel. We got playlists on YouTubers, rappers, models, athletes, comedians, actors. Be sure to browse around, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, let me know who's next.